No, don't encourage that.
What? Starting the show? Don't encourage that at all. Hello, everybody. We are glad you're here. Welcome to Messy Monday. We have a great crew here today. Just want to say hello to some folks that are already in the chat. Brahm was here 30 minutes ago because he's on the West Coast, and also remembers we used to start at 6:30. Now we're starting at 7, so we're glad that you're here. Brett Hoopaw is here in the chat on the side. Will Hafner is here, and you guys have invitations. Come on in. Andrew Sada is here. Brian Panabaker is here, and Rickenizer is here. And we can go take a quick spin around the room. Y'all having a great day so far? Everybody, Monday, been kind of a Monday. Everybody's, Rich is retired and at home. He's having a great Monday. The rest of us probably are not. But
I'm
anyway.
retired and at home too.
Oh, that's true. You are, and you've got a very lovely bonnet upon your
well, thank
head.
you. It's because it's summer here.
Oh,
he's a Mr. Dad.
There,
he's not really
retired. Of the year, right? What was that, man?
He's not really retired. He's Mr. Dad now.
That's true.
Yeah. Also, my eBay store is booming.
All right. All right. Let's see. Let's head around the room. Rich, what's going on in your world, man?
You may have noticed there's a kind of a reconfiguration of something.
I like it.
The big green bins. Where did the big green bins go?
Oh, the big recycling bins?
Yes.
Just to a different spot. Some of them have been emptied, but not a lot of them.
Did you create these small? Oh, there they are.
There they are. They didn't go far. Just went over here.
Awesome. I like your setup, though. This is looking really nice and tidy.
All my small parts, I could actually participate in the build challenge now.
Cool.
That'll happen. Some sort of MEGAFORCE thing.
What, you mean like this?
Yes. Be with you.
Awesome. That's looking good, man. Let's go hang out with Jeff. Jeff, what's going on, man?
Today was a Monday, so I was writing for Kevin, working on our comic, revising, deciding on what's going to get cut and what's not, prepping for tomorrow's quarantine cast, as we are going to be interviewing the guy that does the Crazy Bricks.
Cool.
Again, so yeah, I've been building, but it's not a spaceship, so you probably don't want to see it. So, you know.
I understand. But tell us about this comic you were referring to, for those who are not in the know.
Oh, so Kevin Hinkle has always wanted to do like a comic, and he's never had anybody to write it for him, or he's never found anybody that he liked their writing style. So he gave me some details, and I was like, all right. So I've basically been that person for him for the last 2 months, and we got the prologue written. We've got the first, second issue done. Like almost, well, I got it written. I've got the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth one to do. And once we get done with this, I think if it's successful, we're going to do our dark sci-fi one that we want to do,
Cool.
which happened in 2023, 2024, somewhere around there. But it's good. It's very rewarding. It's kind of nice flexing that other creative muscle. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. So is this, I take it, going to be an online comic? Is that correct? And no, you're going to
No, we're
publish
doing Kickstarter. We're going to do a Kickstarter for it, and we're going to do a whole shebang. So, you know, you can get the digital issue, and you can also get a real copy of the issue as well. And then I think we're planning on throwing it together in a graphic novel, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% yet. Like a collected book. And yeah, it's difficult work, but it's good work.
Cool.
I know that we want to do a lot of things. I know that we want to have some merchandise that goes with it, so that, you know, if you pledge X amount of dollars towards the comic, you'll get like a sticker or a pin or something like that. And, you know, and we're just trying to, it's definitely not science fiction. It's definitely not superheroes. So it's definitely in the realm that I don't really talk about a lot, which I'm a huge fantasy nerd, like Dungeons and Dragons and like Dragonlance and Farron and all that fun stuff. And like it's Kevin's world that he's created, and all I've done is flesh it out and add a story to it and add reasons to why. So it's very fun, and it's very different from what I was doing, which was basically selling Captain America minifigures, which are still for sale, by the way. So if anybody would like one, let me know.
That's awesome. By the way, you mentioned Quarantine Cast. It's on some young startup internet channel, right? That we never heard of.
Yeah.
Where is that found?
It's on Beyond the Brick. It's just a little channel. Yeah.
Who's that again? I don't know. Who are they? I mean,
I don't know. Bill Hanlon.
You can say whatever you want. There is not a Hanlon watching my show right now. I can guarantee it. So. No, Beyond the Brick's awesome. They're awesome guys and everything. So that actually is a fun cast. Tuesdays when y'all do it. Was it? What time is it? Eastern time?
1 Eastern time, 12 Central. So
yeah, it's like 1 to 3 or 4, or if a certain European gets on there 5, 7, he gets to talk anyway. But it actually
just one more thing. Just one more thing.
Yeah.
No, that's yeah.
Oh
anyway.
yeah. That's how it goes. But the good thing is for me, Tuesday afternoons in my schedule at work are actually the time where I've got some time and I can click on an afternoon internet show and listen. So it's fun to make fun of Brian Saviano and talk to you guys at the same time.
I try to promote the heck out of what everybody's doing because, Beyond the Brick is about the community and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's getting a little frustrating. I'm having people message me instead of messaging Chris or Bricksmith or Bricky or Brick and Mad about like their channels and everything else that's going on. And I'm like, hey, just talk to this person. Like, they will freely respond to you. They are not monsters. But we'd rather talk to you about it because you know these people. And it's like, oh, that's not how this works. No. So
we are monsters.
It's just like I don't want to be the middleman. I've never wanted to be the middleman, but I want the community to know that, there's a group of people that might not be the coolest or the youngest, but we're having fun with Lego and we want to share that with everybody. And it's just it's pissing me off, if I'm being honest.
Well, and in this room we do have
no one under 30 in this room, Chris.
You look around, you do have the coolest here, and
That's
you
true.
do have the youngest here. So we go.
Who is not under 30?
No. This is the youngest right here.
Oh yes. Oh, hello. All right. Speaking of the youngest, hello, Maddie. How are you today?
I don't know. I've been really pumped. I've been doing a lot of stuff lately.
Yeah.
And it's been building up because now I'm actually working a job. I guess the pandemic is almost over. But I did get some pieces in the mail.
Oh yeah.
And I'm working on this interesting. I want to practice some technique before I actually use it. So I thought how can I utilize these plant pieces? Making a weird plant scene thingy. We'll see how that goes.
Cool for outside a cottage or castle themed.
Right. I was thinking it would be cool to layer on a hill. Mm-hmm. And yes, the castle that is coming. I'm making a micro castle for your build challenge.
I'm building a tavern, so don't feel odd about it.
Oh wait, you have a build challenge? What is
the castle build challenge for tons of fun? And if you
wait, no, you can. Wait. Can I pause, Miss Maddie? We'll come back.
Okay.
Tell us.
So every Friday on Tons of Fun at 8 Central, we talk about our hobbies and we talk about Lego because that is one of our hobbies, but not the sole purpose of it. I've been issuing build challenges to my panelists and my full-time panelists, not the guests. So last week, Maddie and Julian both failed horribly. Yeah. So that was cool. Greg, on the other hand, or Gil, was like, hey, I know how to build with Lego. I was like, yeah, Greg, I know. It's not a big deal. And then he was like, Lo, check this out. And I was like, well, damn it. So, yeah. There was Cyberpunk. So we built these cool Cyberpunk vehicles that would either be in a city or a wasteland and stuff like that. And we were gonna have like a prize pool, but then we just decided let's just do this for fun. Like let's not make it a thing. Let's not make it like for whatever. It's just like let's celebrate Lego by building this stuff and not worry about a prize. Let's just have fun. And hey, Julian. And so that's what we've been doing. This week is a castle themed build, so it can be like medieval themed. I'm like I said, I'm building a dollhouse style like tavern / inn. So hopefully I can get it done by Friday. I've been building like every day for like an hour and a half, and ever since Friday, and just putting it together. And I've been putting up work in progress pictures on the various social medias and stuff, and it's fun. Not everybody, like I don't know if I didn't make it clear, but like anybody can do it. It's just for fun. Like it's not. Just don't have anything to offer anybody. And I don't really want to make it about that. I want to make it we like Lego. Here's what you can do with it. Here's the build challenge. So that's where we're at.
All right. I'm going to build. Is it micro scale? Is that the deal?
No, it can be anything. But so I decided because I didn't complete last week's build challenge, it has to go into next week's build challenge. So last week it was cyberpunk, and so now I got to make a cyberpunk castle.
And so this is the inn / tavern that I've been working on, and like,
nice. I like it.
We're getting there. I mean, I talked to Joseph Sawada, who's I don't want to throw shame or be shade or anybody, but he's one of the best castle builders I know besides Julian. But I don't want to talk to Julian because he's gonna lead me astray when it comes to how to do things. Because we're on a contest, but
my castle's pink. It's not the best, I promise. It's as rudimentary as you can get and still call it a mock.
It's still a castle. It's still.
I don't agree. I think it's amazing.
It's big and awesome, but it's also very simple.
Hey, that's me.
Like me.
Oh my god!
But I've never built a dollhouse mock before, like one that opens up down the middle. So. You got the little hinge here. I'm going to throw another half plate on this side and then build out another structure.
What's
and
the
then
blueprint,
Jeff?
How big is it going to be?
I think I'm going to go 3 stories.
No, I mean like
dimension-wise?
Yeah.
Oh. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
35, 27, 18, 9 by...
It'll be 16 by 16 in the back here, and then it'll be 16, and then forward it'll be 32 by 8. So,
damn, all right,
yeah,
cool,
nice.
So it'll be an L shape, like sort of like as far as the build goes. The stables won't count as the main structure.
And you're gonna have this done by Friday?
I have lots of time. I
Carry
don't have to do anything else this week. I've gotten my writing assignments in. I've got my research for tomorrow done, which I'm whatever. And I don't have anything to do for Beyond the Brick as far as reviews go. So, yeah.
Hey, Jeff, grab the invite and throw it over to Dave. Let's bring Dave Morgan in.
Oh, yeah.
Because we needed somebody older than us to take care of it.
Well, if you're gonna call him old, I'm not gonna do it. That's rude.
Chris.
That guy Brian Pennebaker, didn't he used to do like a thing with that other guy Teller?
Wait.
Anyway, here you go. I need to go to Twitch and delete a comment. So let me load that up. Maddie, what else is up in your world?
Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but I really triggered a whole bunch of Star Wars fans, and I did it on purpose. And it was so much fun. And I got 130 plus comments on this whole video. And nobody answered the freaking question. The question was, what am I doing with the Commander Fox and X, Y, and Z? And I called Commander. Yeah, I'm trading it. So I called Commander Fox Captain Rex, and people were like, "Oh my god, you don't even know Star Wars." And I was like, "Of course I don't know Star Wars. Like, I don't know names very well."
Good for you. Good for you.
So I triggered all these people, but the flip side is my sister told me, she was like, the more you can get people to comment on a video, like the more traffic you'll get on your TikTok. And so, yeah, that day I got a lot of traffic. And it was so funny because the comments are so funny. It's like people are trying to educate me. And I think I said this last show. It's like, I love it when 13-year-old boys are trying to teach me something about Star Wars. It cracks me up. The way that they write and the language that they use, it's comical. But I do now realize I probably really do need to study and take notes on the actual movies.
What about when 40-year-old boys try to tell you about Star Wars?
Yeah, well, that definitely did happen, and I missed a lot of things there. But it's still really funny, and I think some of my fans are going to be pretty shocked when they find out that I traded what I thought was junk for something that I wanted. Which is, I still can't believe it. Like, Martin just came out of the blue and was like, I was watching the Zoom and I have this set that you want. Like, what do you have? And I was like, well, I have this pile of Star Wars stuff. I don't know what to do. And Martin was like, oh my God. Like, the emoji, like, and he's like, can I have that one? And I was like, who is it? And he was very honest and he told me exactly what I had. So that was pretty cool, and that reaffirmed my belief about maybe not necessarily all my TikTok kids, but like the people that I have met through like YouTube and other channels, that people will be honest and open about what it is you have if you don't know what you have kind of situation. Because he could have easily taken advantage of me and been like, that's only worth $1,
Yeah,
and
it's not
it's a $50 minifig.
Yeah, but he's British. They don't do that.
So you're saying you would have done that to me?
I'm making a joke.
I know. But
Martin knew that I was after an Iron Spider-Man figure, and he sent me a message 3 days ago and was like, hey, I found this. I was like, oh, okay, man. Like, how much do you want for it? He's like, nah, man, I'm just going to send it to you. So that's awesome. I'm getting an Iron Spider-Man.
Oh, man. I feel like I should have sent him some more freebies. I sent him like a handful of weapons. Yeah, but
hey, where'd Chris go?
Legos.
Yeah. Chris is having technical problems. He just sent me a text that his computer froze or something.
Oh.
Wait a second.
But I agree with what Brett is saying. Sometimes I do that to annoy other people, because people love to get all pedantic about it and say, no, it's Lego. It's like, well, no, if you want to be pedantic, it's Lego, bricks, and toys, that entire phrase.
That's funny that you say that, because I have gotten some comments like about that, where in my family we say Legos. So like my brother, who's doing some
outside of the hobby, says Legos. Regular people say Legos.
Yeah,
it's just pedantic people inside the hobby that it's
even people in the hobby say Legos. Like, give me a break. It's what
probably the same people who say Illinois.
I should totally do a video like that where I'm like, well, what about Illinois?
So I intentionally made a show on my channel. I named it Legos Ultimate Builds, just so I can put the S on Lego.
Matthew, I hope you know that I was cursing you out as you said that.
Oh, I wasn't saying that in praise. I was saying that in blame. It was not a compliment. I'm a Midwesterner. I know how to say Illinois, and I know how to say Des Plaines too. But
Des Plaines, Des Moines. Actually, that is Des Moines.
Des Moines and Des Plaines. They're different, but they're in the same region of the country.
It's all those French Iroquois that had to screw it all up or something.
Just like when I moved to the south and I moved into DeKalb County, not DeKalb, but DeKalb County.
But however, in Illinois, they do pronounce it DeKalb, and that's where barbed wire was invented.
Right. But my favorite of all time is when I moved down to Georgia and I learned that it's not pronounced Ponce de Leon, but Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon. I'm like, seriously? Like, is this, you're kidding, right? No, it's Ponce de Leon.
Matthew, I live a few miles down the interstate from Villa Rica. So people in this state kind of destroy pronunciations of things. So
Anything they can get their hands on.
And even better, I lived off of Claremont Avenue, which if you've ever visit Decatur, Georgia, and you look at the road sign, it's actually spelled 3 different ways on the road sign. I mean, this is the official sign put up by the city, and it's spelled 3 different ways.
So
Gotta
what,
love it.
so
Gotta
what did I walk into?
Something about Legos, but I have to Will Hafner.
Yeah.
People who say Legos can suck.
I had a
Saying Legos to troll the nerds. That's
yeah,
what
I had a good friend of mine who was from the UK, and he came and stayed at my house, and he actually sat at my dining room table and berated me as an American for saying Legos in my own house.
He really leave, sir. Just leave.
This is when you remind them that Susan Williams said it's Lego bricks and toys. Calling a bunch of bricks. This is not a bunch of Lego. This is a bunch of Lego bricks.
I understand.
The brand name is Lego. So if we're going to be pedantic, be even more pedantic.
Oh yeah, no, I mean yeah. If you're gonna go, I mean, the thing is that the people who get all hoity-toity about whether it's Lego or Legos, they will use it with discrimination in how they say things anyway. So
if we're supposed to pay Lego bricks and toys, can't we just say BLAT as an acronym? BLAT.
Well, this is completely reminding myself of I had a roommate and she was from Ohio. I'm from Ohio. And one day she comes up to me and she's like,
I'm
"Oh,
sorry.
we were living in Austria," and she was like, "Oh, I really could kill for a boggle. There's no boggle stores." And I was like, "What the heck is a boggle?" And I'm like, "Are you talking about the game? Like, do you want to play the game? Like, I can go buy a boggle and we'll go play." And she's like, "No, the thing that you eat, a boggle."
A bagel?
Yes.
Well, it's kind of like how people say Oregon and Oregon.
Yeah, you guys. When I was in Billund at Lego, I heard people who work at the company say Lego. I heard people.
The worst thing I've ever heard said.
I have often heard Europeans say Lego. I really have.
Lego.
Yes, it was actual Europeans working.
Dr. Ralph Salvenberg, and he says Lego.
Yeah.
Yep, he will.
Accents are fun.
Regional colloquialisms are fun.
Yeah.
What are you, some sort of jackwagon? That's a good colloquialism right there.
I remember once having a conversation with a Deep South speaker, and I kept having them to repeat what they said because I didn't understand. And I finally realized that they were pronouncing the word "there" as though it were 2 syllables.
We know you're talking about Chris.
No. It was they er. I was like, what is this they er? They er, they er. And I was like, no, I don't know what they er is. And he goes, there.
Well, I probably told the story before. There's a family that visited our church, and they're good friends. Their last name is Furner, Furner. So they came to our church, and I said, "Hey, have you met the Furners yet?" And they go, "This guy literally, oh no, what country did they come from?" Not nice. Furner.
The Furner.
Furner.
How do they pronounce flower?
Flower.
Flare? Is it a flare?
Flower.
Flare.
See, in the South, we take syllables out of words that don't need them and then add them to words that really do. So that's how we do things there.
And for the most part, you don't care that you're saying wrong. And as the older the Southerner is, they're more adamant about the fact that they don't care.
Like for my grandfather, the thing that started your car was a bat trick.
Battery.
You know that
Yeah,
thing
you
you put
the
on.
battery.
You know that thing you put on sandwich bread? It's called man eggs.
Man eggs? Wait a minute. Maybe you. What?
I know someone who calls it a jar of man eggs.
I am biting my tongue so hard it's gonna bleed.
Well, what about washing your hands and washing your hands?
Yeah, washing your hands.
My father says wharf.
Wharf. That's a different Southern. That's kind of a I don't know. There's different, but wash is a different.
But how about names for different things? Because when I went to school in Appalachia, we were warned in college onboarding or whatever, college introduction, whatever, that if you order a pizza with green peppers, you have to ask for mangoes. Because mango in Appalachia means green pepper. And I was like, what? And it happened where
did you go to a snipe hunt soon after that? I think you
I was like, we gotta order a pizza and try this out.
So don't order the mango flavored daiquiri because
it would be green peppers. Yeah.
So has everybody on this been to a 7-Eleven?
Yes.
And you know what the frozen drink of choice is called?
Slushy.
Right?
No, slushy.
Slurpee.
I'm from Ohio.
It is literally written on the cup. It's called a Slurpee. There were commercials for it. There were
icy
ads in comic books. They're called Slurpees. And
Maddie, we're going to revoke your Midwest citizenship.
Slushy and ices are different than Slurpees.
This is
That's
correct.
right.
Because you know that little thing in the Kmart with the blue, red, white, and blue cup with a little polar bear on it? That's an icy.
That is an icy.
But this is that is not the point of my conversation. That is not the point of my conversation.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
No, that was the preamble.
Oh.
So I was in Florida working at some place with giant ears, and I went out on a date with this girl who was from a southern state. And along the evening, I said, you know what? I could go for a Slurpee. What do you say? And she just looked at me like she was about ready to clean my clock. And I'm like, you've never been to a 7-Eleven? It's frozen drink. It's hot outside. Get something cool. You know. And she's like, oh.
Ew. She thought it was
Might
something
want to flash
else.
that PG-13 there.
No, I got one better. Let's.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There we go.
I thought I was suggesting some other activity, and I was not.
I'm not. That was nervous laugh. Anyway.
Carry on.
Okay, so since my computer crashed and then Microsoft decided to update, I have no idea what's going on. So has everybody talked about what's on in their world? Or Matt,
Nope.
have we got to Matthew yet? Matthew, what's up in your world, man?
So I went out to the remote nether regions of Tennessee to a cabin, and I built a spaceship.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
It's an
We're not
owl.
going to talk about the giant ass box of dots you have behind you, Matthew.
You got them cupcakes, man.
Oh, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna
All
get
right,
to that.
okay, all right. Just
And so
spoiler.
one of the true joys to going to the middle of nowhere is that you get to go to the Walmart and look for the clearance items.
No, don't tell me that was on clearance. How much?
50% off.
No, you're kidding.
Oh, yes, it is.
Can't you tell
And-
he's
and- Not only that, but we got this too.
Wait, that's the new one. It's
Oh
new.
yeah. Oh wait, there's more.
You're going to grab the cat. You have a mega amount of teal now, right?
So yeah, it was tealrific, as I like to say. So this was a pretty good trip to Walmart. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty happy to get all this 50% off. So yay for Walmarts where they don't buy all the stuff because it was in the wrong spot, and I knew it was half off, but the label was wrong. So yay!
Sweet. Hello, Mr. Blue, over there in the chat.
Oh, and
Thank you, Brickenizer.
I don't know what Bricksmith did, but I thought it was Straw Hat Day because he started it, and then where did the hat go? I don't know, but it's bad. There you go. Everyone wears your straw hat. Didn't you get the memo?
I did not.
I don't read memos.
I don't read. Oh, and now the hat is gone. Look at there.
Oh, that's because Bricksmith forgot to reply all.
Oh, is that it?
No, don't do that.
I do it all the time. I'm the guy.
Yep.
Let's see. All right. Well, Bricksmith, you set the fashion trend. Is there anything else, Matt? By the way, anything else going on in your world besides the cat hanging out? And...
It's almost the end of the semester, and I'm ready for it to be over with. But other than
Is that so you can show up to my stream on Sunday night? Is that why?
Oh, I had just gotten back from the cabin, and I was catching up on all the stuff that I should have done before I left.
Well, I mean, at the end of the semester.
Oh, yeah, sure. I watched one of your walks on YouTube. So
one,
just
watched one.
Well, I kept waiting for something dramatic to happen, like maybe being attacked by cougars or stepping in some dog doo-doo, but it was just you walking. So,
what's your language?
He said doo-doo.
He said doo-doo.
Like,
all right,
we're like maybe coyotes howling in the background or something to spice it up. Add a little drama.
If I go an hour down the road, you'll get all of that and cows.
But you live in Florida, so I expected to see at least one alligator.
Yeah, I live in Leon County, which is the most urban place in North Florida. Everything else.
Not D. Leon.
No, not Ponce de Leon. No.
It's very white. It's Leon.
Leon County is basically like South Georgia because you're not yet on the Gulf Coast. So you're basically just like landlocked Georgia.
So actually, when the state was formed, the reason why the capital is so far north is because Alabama, Georgia, and Florida, where all of that was part of Florida, and that down there was not. And so that's why it was centrally located between
West Florida. And also most of the population lived in North Florida, not South Florida.
Right.
Don't make me go all geographic. Do I need to get out the maps?
Let's do it. I
need to get out the maps?
I like education too.
Oh no.
Chris has been busy uploading GIFs.
If you ever go back in a time machine, go buy oceanfront property in Miami-Dade County because you could have had it for a song 80 years ago and it's worth $1 billion now. But nobody lived there, and now it's super expensive.
Yep.
And
I gotta go with Hooper on this one.
More about maps.
Maps with Matt.
Oh, there you go.
That's right. There you go.
Grandfather-
That would be a great show. You could be Matt with maps. That would be,
My grandfather owns an acre of land down there in Dade County.
Dade County.
Yeah.
What in
And when he dies, it goes to my dad, and my dad's like, I'm not going to sell it. And then when my dad dies, I'm going to be super rich.
Like Chima.
This is my prize. It's a major award.
It is a major award. You need to stick it in the window.
For the what?
You stick it in the window.
Yeah.
You should see it from out here.
Look what I'm with, man. It's really there's good stuff in these books.
I'm glad you're suffocating him in there. That's great. I appreciate it.
He's fine. He's got lots of Legos in there with him.
He's got air tanks.
He's also got air tanks, Chris. Jeez.
Yeah.
Do you even space?
I got a Millennium Falcon.
Oh, you got what kind of Falcons you get?
Millennium. Yeah, I've been on the fence about getting the newest one, the Rise of Skywalker version, because it's quite a lot more expensive, but it does look a lot better with the all the angled wing plates and everything. It makes a nice. It looks really nice, and the
no gaps.
The transition of the way that the ship is shaped is really nice. I mean, it just looks really good. Because I have the Force Awakens Falcon from a few years ago, and you can see how gappy it is with all the different panels and things that
Do
And the shape of the mandibles look like they're too small. Look, it's sort of weird.
They're not integrated either.
Yeah, see? So it's a nicer looking Falcon. So I decided to get it, and the other one's going in my Bricklink store. And do you really have to scratch your collar right now?
I was going to say, Doggo.
Don't talk to Paul like that. Come on.
He's lying down. And all of a sudden, when I start talking, she starts doing the collar.
Yeah.
Hey, phone call. So I built a Technic stand as well. So see, a little fancy Technic.
Nice.
So it can sit on the shelf like this and look fancy.
This is very nice.
That's very technical. What?
So
Fancy.
that's my Lego stuff.
Sweet. All right. We've been around. Has everybody had a shot? Dana, have we got to Dana yet?
I don't got nothing.
Well, good. Good.
I got nothing.
You clearly have stuff behind you there.
What is all of that?
Oh, I guess I do have something. Yeah. So,
Honestly, it looked like your shelf. Honestly, the starter store just looked like it's sitting on a shelf in there.
it's going to just blend in right with everything anyway. So,
I didn't notice the Star Destroyer.
yeah,
I saw the small boxes. I didn't see anything else.
I was not going to partake in Matthew's spring holiday of double VIP points. I didn't really feel the need to. And then at the end of last week, I got a box with this cool note from Boone in it. And
Nice.
It was the Empire State Building, which I'm not a huge architecture Lego fan. And so I was talking to some people on Saturday in my lug, and I brought something up, and they're like, "You can always change it." And I was like, "That would take a nice chunk off of a nice UCS Star Destroyer."
Oh.
So, Boone, if you're watching or you catch this later, this is actually my thanks from you for your prize, because it helped me get this, because it gave me just a little bit off the top of it that made me go, okay, I'm not spending as much as I would have, because I got a little bit to go to it. And then because it's double points, so I figure, hey, because if you're gonna buy a big dollar item, that's the best time to do is for double points. So it was a win-win. And then I walked in there, and I know Matthew had talked about this, and I was like, oh, I don't need any of the older GWPs, but Dickens book for $20.
Dickens, you say?
Dickens, you say?
Dickens.
I'll grab that.
Dickens.
The Harry Potter monster book for 20. Actually, I take that back. The Dickens was 23. This was 20.
Dickens.
What the Dickens?
An extra rat for $9. I was like, cool.
Oh,
And
right.
then this one rang up free, so I was like, cool. So, yeah, I did not expect to have a double VIP day, but it happened.
Wait. You got free Lego at the Lego store, and you didn't have to pull a Maddie and schmooze whoever was there, and all sweet up.
Yeah,
to
go
them
like
and-
this.
They just know me.
Mhm.
How you doing?
Hey, when you're in the top 10 of people who've spent money at that particular store,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think even Chris mentioned it when we went into North Point, but it's the same even when I walk into Sugarloaf. I feel like I'm walking into Cheers most of the time, because I know at least half, or if not all, the staff on at the time, and then there's at least one or two just casual people who are in the store who I know or know me, because when I walked in there yesterday, who did I bump into? Trish and Drews from the lug. So it's like going to Cheers. Everybody
or
knows
when
me.
you call the Lego store and they say, "Hi, Matthew."
They have your number on speed dial.
Well, I think the caller ID says Matthew Gunning, but
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. But when I call the Lego store and I say, "Hey, this is Dana," and I'm checking on "Oh, hey, Dana, how you doing?"
Well, I
we haven't seen you
have that
we haven't seen
relationship.
you in 4 or 5 days.
I have that relationship in certain stores, and most of them are Waffle Houses. So
I was going to say
I-
Waffle Houses.
they know me there.
I do have one other thing. You can leave me on the small screen. It doesn't matter.
No, what you got?
All right. So as you guys saw last week, I built that little the little blue egg bot.
Yeah.
Which
Yes.
is for Chris's white one. But then I had to go ahead, and because I was up till 4:30 in the morning on Friday night working. So Saturday morning. And I was literally just on the phone listening. So I figured I'll sort some Lego. And I got done sorting some Lego. I'm like, I think I'll build something. So I decided to add a little M-Tron dude
Nice.
to my egg bot. and he even opens up and he's got a little M-Tron pilot in there.
That's nice.
Because we love M-Tron. And I had to put a magnet on top.
Of course.
Because magnet's got a magnet.
Who knows how those work?
I know, it's crazy. It's earth science or something like that. So now I got multiple requests. Chris wasn't the first, but you were right up there with everybody real quick.
I was the best.
He needs to have something that goes with him to make this little magnet thing work. So now I'm designing a drop ship, and there's going to be 3 more of these so they can be like quads, like a TIE fighter transport with these little mechs being dropped off. And we'll see how far I get on it. But I did actually spend a good morning on a conference call working on some wings, and now I'm working on the drop mechanism. Because, yeah, Chris, I was already thinking that I got to put – I don't know if I can do it where I can just push one button and they all 4 drop, but I think I'm going to make it at least where you can push little buttons and each one drops. So that's the plan.
Don't wimp out. Make it all 4. Come on.
I don't know. That's some serious. I might have to get a hold of Danish space program Greg and tap his brain for some technic.
You can do it. I promise. You can make it happen.
See, that's the horrible thing about having Lego buddies is they encourage you to do more.
Don't whip out, man. Make it happen.
Don't whip out.
You can
So
do it.
I don't know. I've never done something like that, so it's going to take some time. So big ship, that's also different for me, and then also Technic, which is weird.
You can do it. I promise. You can make it happen. Yeah. All right.
It was definitely weird building outside of like your frame of reference as far as like what you can do with parts and everything else. I learned that when I was building the Orange Crush, as Greg called it, and it was just something totally different for me, and it came out great, so I'm happy.
All you really need is
to know what I'm talking about.
push against where the magnets hold it. Just put it on a Technic beam and just push it along, and the wedge pushes it away from the magnet. They all fall. It's easy.
Yeah, I was about to say you could probably something to shove it back about a brick, and it would loosen up.
That mechanism's not difficult because I actually already started working on it. We're basically going to do one of those square Technic frames, the square ones, and I'm going to put the Technic magnet holder inside, pointing down, and so he'll pop up underneath there, and then I'll put a Technic plate with holes on the top, and then a pin down through it so you can lever it up, and so that's the simple mechanism, and I can do that one by one by one by one. But getting it to do it where I can push a button and drop all 4 at the same time, that I got to engineer in my head. So
we believe in you.
I'm gonna work on it. It's something I more than likely will have the ship done, or at least the ship components done, and then slowly work through the mechanics on it. So we'll see.
That'd be awesome. Cool deal. All right, I got a rant. I got to talk to y'all about something that happened to a friend of ours. I'm not going to name names, but I have this shirt. A friend of ours wore this shirt on a stream, and I said, "Where do you get it?" I built a mock, and I like it. It's got a brick on it, and a great shirt. This person has a family member who designed this shirt and put it on a certain selling site that begins with an E and ends in STY. And yes. So they put the shirt up, and he had it. So he bought it from his family member. So he had one, and then I bought one, and not heavily advertised and everything. And so I get an email, or actually he sent me a message the other day and said, "Hey, by the way, your shirt is now rare because Lego came in and put a copyright intellectual infringement warning on this shirt." Okay, here's the shirt. All right, there it is. All right, this shirt right here, and has banned it from, and Etsy's given them all the warnings and the death and murder and all this kind of stuff, and a big long document with all these numbers on it of copyright infringement and stuff like that. There is nothing on this shirt that actually infringes on anything Lego owns. The word mock is a term from the community. This brick on here is just a piece of clip art pulled from somewhere and everything. The only thing she did was put Katy Perry in the phrase in the description and the word Lego in the description, but that's it. And she got a big scare. I mean, she sold 2 shirts on Etsy and got banninated. This shirt did, with all the warnings that if you put this shirt anywhere, then we'll nuke your house and everything. What do you guys think about that? Is that a bot catching it, or is that
Hey,
It's about
Chris.
Lego being a little sinister. What do you think?
Hey, Chris. What music company is Lego teamed up with for their video?
Oh, I don't know.
Universal.
Universal is Katy Perry and Universal.
Universal.
So it may have been Katy Perry.
I think it's because it's blue bricks.
I was gonna say that I think it's a bot that basically just goes out and spam sends for people who do things. Until I heard Jeff's theory, and it may sound a little conspiracy theory, but I think Jeff's got something there.
I think Jeff is correct.
I do.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Now I had a whole show to talk about this, and you solved the mystery. Way to go, mystery
You
machine.
should just bring it to the next con and sell them at the art sale like a brick fair.
That's right. This is now a rarity. I'll sell this all musky, Giddens musky, and all that kind of stuff.
A husky musky.
I don't like it that much.
No.
That's my nickname in college. Anyway, all right. So, but all right, that is a great theory. So let's put that as probably what's going on. But do you think Lego is really, because they clamped down on Kevin, and he's gone, and so
it's not just Kevin that got hit with that. It's everybody that makes a profit off of Lego that's not Lego. Like Eclipse Graphics is fine, Brickmania is fine.
Well, that's because they have contracts with Lego.
Brickmania does not.
Oh, I'm sorry, but Eclipse does. Eclipse
yes.
does.
Oh,
Brickmania uses compatible with Lego bricks. That's the only difference. That's the real reason why Brickmania is not slammed on, even though they are using all Lego bricks except for the 3D printed items, right? So, like, if I draw a picture of Blue Spaceman and it's exactly a classic space representation, that will be copyrighted and I will get claimed on it simply because that is a copyrighted image. Benny the Blue Spaceman is under copyright. Lego Spaceman that is blue is under the copyright.
However, a Lego Spaceman with red hands and with blue hands is not.
They don't claim that abomination, so
symbol.
But I don't understand this because I've been on Etsy trolling some Lego stuff, and there's like minifigures that are made after famous people that are then packaged as the famous person and then branded as real Lego. But the packaging, you're like, how are they getting away with this type of packaging if Lego is that strict?
Because they probably haven't used a word that's a bot that's caused some email spiral chain to happen.
Yeah,
that's where I really think that Jeff's probably correct about that. It was Katy Perry and not Lego that caused it.
But because Lego has a literal fleet of lawyers.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, I see stuff pop up on Facebook advertising all the time for obviously fraudulent sites that are claiming to sell Lego at 80% off. Yeah. And I report those things every single time as being fraudulent, and yet they still keep showing up in my newsfeed.
Because it's not always the same site, but it's always the same images and it's always the same company. Have you ever heard of people who buy, you buy a house, you get some contractor, and then you have a problem with your house 3 years later and you try to go back to the contractor who built your house. Oh, they've gone out of business, but yet they're building the house next door under a new name.
So my question is, if they have a bot that's so vigilant that it picks up a 2 sales t-shirt and nails that, why don't they have a bot that constantly picks off these Facebook truly fraudulent marketers who are defrauding potential Lego customers of their dollar? To me, that seems like a much more serious rival to Lego's core business than somebody selling 5 t-shirts on Etsy.
The same reason that they haven't done a damn thing to stop scalpers. Like, we've all experienced the I am not a robot option when it comes to checking something out or going to a website. Lego's the leading toy company in the world, yet whatever, right? Oh, the new Millennium Falcon's come out. Well, it's been sold out and now it's on eBay for 3 times the amount or whatever, right? Like, there's no way to stop that bamboozlement. There's no I'm not a robot. There's no verify who you are. There's none of that. It's just scalpers in general. And Lego is so backwards when it comes to their security about that stuff that it's all whatever. It's all cattywampus.
Man, you're hitting the southern. You're hitting my language, man. I understand every southernism you've just said. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So this is something that the copyright thing is something that is poorly understood. But the reason that Lego or Lego's bots or whatever it was that caused this, they go after copyright things of that nature because of a concept called brand dilution. And it's something that, if somebody makes something that is Lego's IP and they use it for long enough and it's not caught, and it's something that they could lose the rights to if somebody can prove that Lego did not ask them to stop and send them a cease and desist and that kind of stuff. It's one of those things that Lego has to be vigilant about that stuff. And I know it seems really hit and miss because I don't think that Lego can go after literally every single thing on the website, on the internet, on every website, on every t-shirt site, on every whatever. They go after the things that they find or that their bots find or however that was discovered, or that could have been universal, but they go after the things they're aware of, and they go after the things that their legal team probably flags it as something that is something they should try to go after for those reasons, that if you don't defend your copyright, you can lose your copyright.
That's why that dude in Ohio who has the plastic brick museum or whatever, that's why he's not a Lego museum, right? He's a plastic brick museum because of brand disillusion and everything else. Like everything was going on board, but then Lego was like, maybe we want to use that name down the road, right? Or am I totally mistaken?
Sounds right.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know that particular.
Oh, okay.
It's Dan Brown. Dan Brown in Bel Air, Ohio.
In my previous existence as a hockey blogger, I wrote for Sports Blog Nation about the Atlanta Thrashers, and we were all told we could not use the name of the team in our blog name. So you had to come up with something else like Motown for the Red Wings, or my original blog name was Do the Thrashers Have Large Talons, which was an allusion to Napoleon Dynamite. And I was told I couldn't keep Do the Thrashers Have Large Talons as my blog name anymore. So I became Bird Watchers Anonymous because I couldn't use the word thrasher. So I was a bird watcher. So, I mean, you got to get clever when you're trying to talk about something branded, and there are ways to do it, but yeah.
Yeah, but my favorite is the fact that lugs can't have the word Lego in their name, but you can use the abbreviation lug.
Lug.
Yeah.
We got a good laugh out of Chris.
Maybe,
that could have been what he was laughing at.
Maybe the L stands for Lego. What was it? Largo. Lego and toy. What was it? Lego and toy something.
Lego bricks and toys.
Lego bricks and toys. Maybe that's what the L stands for, is Lego bricks and toys.
So I think it'd be really funny if that, and this is going to be, I'm so glad Chris isn't here, but Mark, keep your fingers on the button. It would be funny if an adult toy company came up with something that was like, sounded like Legos, but wasn't.
Adam, have you seen these attachments?
Exactly. Wow, I lost three people all at once.
You mean like this is stud friendly?
Yes.
I really wanted to make you snort your beverage.
You can get the bigger one.
Done.
You can get the bigger one.
It's written for your pleasure. That's what it is.
I hear it has great clench power.
Yeah.
It's a whole new definition of flesh colored.
No.
Let's see. So it was 54 minutes into tonight's episode when it went off the trail.
Oh, no. We were off the trail early.
Dana accomplished that a while back.
I was going to say, yeah. Do you not remember the Slurpee story?
It's kind of like the Xerox and the Kleenex thing. If you're not fighting for it, then everything's a Xerox. That's a copy, and every tissue that you sneeze in is Kleenex. Kleenex.
Is a Kleenex.
But I knew like the whole train was going off the tracks when Dana prefaces with, "It's a good thing Chris is away from his computer right now."
Yeah, I
'Cause
went
that's
to go get some water, and I hear that as I'm walking away. I'm like, dadgummit.
That's like the flashing neon lights. Like, we are going through the stop sign. Here we go.
And I feel that I've passed Mark and get some good stuff.
Red alert. Red alert. Red alert. Red alert.
Keep us rolling.
Battle stations. Battle stations.
Yeah, but let's re-roll that though. I mean, if there's no way that, I mean, this person, I mean, literally 2 shirts. The shirt, he had one, and then like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks later, I bought one. So that's the only purchase that this one little Etsy store has, and I think Etsy is also just a problem. I think they police it hard and stuff like that. They don't want to get in trouble, but man. The big, long, scary letter for a shirt that doesn't have anything particularly. I mean, I built a mock, and I mean, that's not even a high percentage of the words to the song. I don't know.
But all it is is a scare tactic. It's to get to people who, criminals going to be criminals, and honest people are going to be honest people. And if you get a bad, letter, you're just going to go, okay, I'm going to stop doing this. It's no different than the internet providers sending somebody a letter saying, "Oh, we've caught you downloading from a peer-to-peer site of this copyrighted movie. If you do not delete this from your computer, we are going to prosecute you." I have never met anybody other than some guy that I heard about on the internet who got, sent to prison or for Napster music. But other than that, it's just, hey, it's the same.
Allegedly.
We have locks on our doors because honest people are going to be honest, but crooks are going to be crooks. I mean, what? Yeah. Chris, I bet you in your hometown, you guys used to leave your doors unlocked at night all the time.
I did, but I wanted my car stolen, but nobody ever got it.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, I'll talk to you guys later. I got to scram. So later, everybody. Have a nice night.
Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Bye, guys.
Chris, I just had an idea for a T-shirt that's the top half of yours. It's going to read, "I built a mock and I liked it."
Okay.
Oh, look, someone's already done that.
Yeah, and got busted for it. I know it is a scare tactic and everything. They won't come after this person who sold 2 shirts, I don't think, but it seems.
I would be willing to go to Brett's wife. Ask her for the image.
Who? I don't know who you're talking about. We were
his wife. I would be willing to go to
about who did the thing. We didn't. We didn't do any of that. Thank you very much.
We anonymized it.
We were not mentioning.
But I bet you, if we took the artwork and we put it up on TeePublic,
oh yeah,
and it would sit there and nobody would care or notice, as long as we didn't put the words Katy Perry or Lego in it.
Well, you would have a mutual friend like Mark and I who would send me a message like every day for like 3 weeks going, "Don't you want to not do that because of things?" And shut up, stop it.
I'm going to sell it under the username Brett's wife.
Jeez and crow, guys. He asked me not to say anything.
It's too late, though, because you know what, though? He had posted that up on either his Facebook page or on AFOL's or Facebook, because I said, I need that shirt too, and he posted the link. So, I don't know.
I got you. All right.
There's a lot of Bretts in the world. There are a lot of Bretts out there.
There are a lot of Bretts out there. Nobody knows what we're talking about.
That's right.
Unless you follow one of us on Facebook.
Could be a million different Bretts. Come on.
Unless you follow one of us on Facebook and can go back and figure it out. But by the way, Chris, you're never getting told a secret again, ever.
I'm not the one busting the secret.
It's more like Dana's never going to be told a secret again.
Nobody told me. I didn't bring this topic up. I was going to let it rust.
Oh, that's right. You weren't here at pre-show when I said, please don't mention the person's name.
See information that would help me differently.
Jeez and crow.
What is that? Information would help me yesterday. I think that was
early in the show. I'm like, I hope Dana makes it. I regret those thoughts. Right?
Every show you say that. Every show.
That's right. But anyway, I guess maybe I'm also a little ticked and tanked at Lego for being all jerked about the Ulysses thing, and it's just been a bad corporate week. By the way, let's ooh and ah on Little Brick Smith. Wait, bring her back.
Aww.
Look,
She's getting big.
sweetie girl. Hey.
Man, she's got the milkman's eyes.
Yeah, man.
Oh, boy, you're on a roll.
Golly.
His name's Brett.
Did he say milk woman?
No, I said his name's Brett.
That Brett gets around. That Brett's just always stirring the shake.
I don't know what that means either.
Good Lego genes. That's all that matters.
Well, bless your heart, Chris.
Chris, you'd be having a better week if this had happened to you.
That's true. I haven't found any good clearance in a while. I hate paying full price for Lego. It's not my favorite.
Are you going to start running and checking on your Kohl's to get the latest Daffy Duck figures?
So
Been 3 times and they don't have it.
I was just going to say let's talk Kohl's because I went into mine. I knew Chris was going to go into his and just not tell us anything. And
It's 2 minutes from here. It's not that big a deal, but yeah.
And I know somebody else who went into a Kohl's over near Matthew's house, so don't even bother.
Was it me?
Yeah, it wasn't you, but I'm just telling you, don't bother. Can we talk about how deplorable the Kohl's Lego kiosk display, whatever you want to call it? It is pathetic.
Well, mine has this nice banner of thing. I mean, with the 3D and the Lego thing, and then it's half Lego and whatever Fisher Price toys they need to fill the gaps in the shelves. That's what mine looks like right now.
Mine looks like it's no better than the clearance section.
Mm.
I mean, that's what it looks like. It's just, I mean, evidently Lego, who normally goes into their Targets and Walmarts and polices how their brand is displayed and sold and this and that, they are missing the Kohl's store.
Kohl's of the Wild West. Well, there's one up in Woodstock that I've been to like once, and it literally looked like somebody took a leaf blower and blew it into the Lego section and then left, and the Lego is just everywhere, and it's just the worst.
It is a wasteland.
So how many of you have ever gone into a store's Lego section and actually tidied it up because it bothered you?
I will do it while I'm in the store, but not in another store. I will do it in the Lego store. I will face when I pull something out, and then I later found out that I used to do this and I stopped. And I'll tell you why I stopped, because I found out that if you face for the Lego employees, then they don't know that they need to replace something that's been on the shelf.
It's the Maddie figure.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. I went into Kohl's one time looking for a clearance, and things were just all over the place. And so I just sat there I was just there for a second. I was like, if I rearrange these, maybe something good will come out of this pile of stuff. No, it didn't happen, but they had some neat and tidy shelves.
That happens. I've been to Kohl's. We have a local regional department store called Boscov's, and we went in there. It's kind of like I don't know, like Belk or something like that. Kohl's, whatever. And it's a wasteland. There's 5 sets on the shelf. And the shelves are it's a section, but there's nothing there.
The lights are having no phone.
Okay, Rich, I'm going to be honest with you. Your mic clicked a little bit, and I swear you said vivisection. I don't know. It's what you rewind the tape, and that's what you just said.
No.
That's his magic act where they do the vivisection. His wife gets in the thing, and they do the saw.
Oh man, I gotta find
I'm gonna get a vivisection.
What did you say?
I said I'm gonna get a vivisection.
Gotta watch those blue hands; they'll saw you in half.
Did someone say vivisection?
And for that, we need a palate cleanser. Red hands.
There
Red
we go.
hands.
Oh,
Well, now that we have everybody's attention, let's talk about our contest that we're having. This oddly and awkwardly changed the subject.
MEGAFORCE be with you.
MEGAFORCE be with you. There it is. MEGAFORCE be with you.
We really need sound effects with that.
I need to animate that and have the explosion all going cool and everything. So
and some serious guitar riffs.
yes, the Juno 106 polymorph keyboard making the noises, and that'd be awesome.
Yeah, because the music in Megaforce was like early '80s synthesizer everything. So it's there was no symphonic, grand music. It was this little synthesizer kind of.
It was like the soundtrack to Lady Hawk.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute.
Hey! You leave out parts out of that.
I knew I was going to stir up trouble just by saying that.
Okay.
You had to bring
beautiful film. Anyway.
No, I mean seriously though. I mean Anderson, whatever they are, and whatever. I get that it was like an emotional journey for them to create the music for that movie. I understand that. I've listened to Scott Little talk about it till ad nauseum. I get it. It's a labor of love.
That's
but come on. It was a period piece with Matthew Broderick and swords. I mean, God, it's such a great movie and a horrible soundtrack. I'm done.
It was the 80s.
Maddie's like,
I don't know what that is.
You should watch.
Maddie, you need to watch Lady Hawk.
Yeah.
You need
Maddie,
to watch
please
Lady
tell us
Hawk.
everything you know about Lady Hawk.
You have 2 assignments now, Maddie. Watch Megaforce and Lady Hawk.
Let me get my notepad.
But
Hold on.
make sure you have a barf bag handy before you.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my
And
god.
lots of water
Don't eat
to rinse your
spicy
mouth.
or greasy foods before watching it.
So, Lady Hawk, how do we spell that?
Lady.
Lady Hawk.
LADZ.
And Maddie, it does have actually 3 great actors in it. I mean, it's got Michelle Pfeiffer,
Matthew Broderick, and
Michelle Pfeiffer's in it?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's an early Michelle Pfeiffer movie, and Matthew Broderick is fantastic. And we're all
Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer. I was gonna say we're all drawing a blank.
My facial expression has changed on my sig fig. Man, I gotta get that set because that is my hair right now.
You guys have a good night. I'm out of here. I love all y'all.
Bye.
Smith.
Hey, say good night to your wife and them.
Wink. Bye.
Thanks for
So
having me.
long, farewell.
see you, buddy.
No, don't sing that song. It makes me sad.
Talking about now? What? I've never seen that movie. What are you guys talking about?
I hope you just have a series of heads with my expressions. You have one like this.
Hey, Maddie, just by the way, with Lady Hawk, it is one word, Lady Hawk, but they put the E on the end because it's set in England and it's very fancy. So just remember.
Oh, fancy.
There are castles involved.
Yes,
You got to
they
stick
are.
out the pinky. It's Lady Hawk.
Something about
Fancy.
horses and shape changing. It's
It actually is a pretty neat film for
It
the
is
time.
really good. It's a great story, a great movie. It's romance, it's sword fighting. It's almost The Princess Bride, but not.
It's not funny.
Just drop all of the greats out, what he just said.
But it also is no crawl. Let's just go ahead and say it.
Replace all the greats with like it has a plot and a story.
No, actually, it's a good plot. It's a good story. Matthew, you're on my list.
So this is a fight that Thomas and I have. Like Thomas likes to watch terrible movies to be entertained.
Well, then he doesn't
I'm
like
like-
Lady Hawk then.
And I'm like, I want the 2 hours of my life back. Like I feel cheated.
All right.
So
Eyes
he
wide
made
shut.
he made
Eyes
me
wide
watch. Made me watch The Room, which is maybe the all-time worst movie ever made.
Oh,
And
no. Eyes wide shut. Good movie or bad movie?
I would say it's a watchable movie. It
Oh,
has a
then
plot.
yeah. You and Thomas, no. There are grounds for divorce.
So my wife is a disaster movie aficionado, and
I thought you were not, but you were to end your sentence there. My wife is a disaster movie. So go ahead.
That's
aficionado.
grounds for divorce.
She will make me watch The Meg 7 days a week.
What? I watched
Yeah.
it once. It was entertainly bad.
She'll put it on for the core. The core.
But the Meg is
run
winking at the audience. It knows it's a cheesy movie.
Yes,
Right.
no, yes, absolutely. And she wants to watch it all the time. And the core. And, Twister. She can fall asleep to Twister.
Whoa. Twister's not that bad of a movie. In fact,
Yeah, but,
when my wife met me, she thought I looked like Dusty from Twister.
The
How about
time.
Tremor? How about Tremors?
Whoa! Don't get me on my Tremor soapbox. But if it wasn't for Twister, my company that I basically that pays for my living wouldn't have a name. So,
Oh, really?
Your company's name is Twister?
no, it's F5. Well, I work for a company, but the what pays my bread and butter, I work on F5s, and they got the idea for the name after the owners of the startups of the company walked out of the movie and said, F5. That sounds like a cool name for a company.
They never looked at the top of their keyboard?
Nope. Load balancers.
Fresh. Refresh.
Mm.
F5, it's right in front of me. I see it.
But it's not as good as an Alt F4, which we need to do with Mark or with Matthew. Alt F4 him, please.
No, but Thomas made me sit through, what is it, The Room or whatever, that terrible movie. And after 45 minutes, I was just like, I'm going upstairs to Lego Room. I cannot believe I just sat through that. That was so bad. But he was enjoying it. I mean, it was fun for him.
So you guys really got to
movie is.
Megaforce then.
Well, but Megaforce, see, I have a weakness for really bad, like sci-fi type movies. So I will watch terrible sci-fi movies because of the genre.
So when I was finding a way to obtain a copy of Megaforce, while I was doing that, I also noticed, I need to download Ice Planets or Ice Pirates. Ice Pirates. Ice Pirates.
Oh, not the other kind of pirates.
Not the other kind of pirates. Ice Pirates. And if you haven't seen Ice Pirates, Matthew, it's Megaforce equivalent. So
Okay, by the way, that thing that we're talking about in Ice Pirates, does it remind you of the thing at Jabba's Palace that came out and talked to them a little bit and everything? I'm like, those are two things I don't want to equate right now.
although it was probably more of a toned down version of something from Dune, but still. But yeah.
Yes.
And what was it called, Chris? What was that called?
Kroll?
No, the thing in Ice Pirates, what was it called?
Gosh, I don't remember.
Space herpes.
Are you kidding? They called it that in the movie?
It was called space herpes, and it was this little creature that, it was.
So
Yeah,
like it
it was
just
80s.
multiplied on contact. Like as soon as you touched it, there was more of it.
The tagline was, "You don't want a case of the space herpes."
Yeah.
Are you serious?
In the South, we've heard of that as Herpy the Love Bug. Thank you very much.
But like I like The Black Hole, which is objectively a pretty bad movie, and I like the original Dune, which has some pretty bad things, special effects, but I'll watch those because they're space.
Kroll
They
in
made Kroll in
3D.
3D.
There's no other way to watch it.
Oh, and I don't want to.
Okay, all right. Let's talk Kroll for half a second. All right, the glaive, very cool. The thing, the frisbee that we all that year they came out. Nerf came out with that boomerang, and we were all throwing it like the glaive in my backyard, right?
Forever.
But there are some pretty cool scenes, like when they're going through the misty woods, and that's all in studio and stuff. There's some pretty cool looking stuff in that. It is pretty cheesy, like when they're riding the horses that are on fire. I mean, that was really bad, but still, that was about as Lord of the Rings as we got in the early 80s. And it also had Horner doing his yet again sounding like Star Trek 2 soundtrack to a movie, but it was still good. I mean, that was really good. So I enjoyed that, but I never saw it in 3D. So
Can you just like my impression of what I just saw when I Googled Kroll? Like,
what did you? Whoa! What? How did you spell it? Number one.
well, no, I think I spelled it right. It's just the images that popped up. Like, it's like a star-shaped boomerang. Now, don't get me wrong. The guy is pretty hot. Like, if I could be a dude, I would want to look.
He's no Ace Hunter,
But
though.
what?
He's no Ace Hunter.
It's
He's
true.
Ace. Oh, But what is this guy with the one eye? What's happening with
The
him?
Cyclops. The Cyclops was awesome. He was wise, and
He was the yogi or the guru, the sage wandering hero.
It's interesting because they did definitely, just based off the pictures and not even seeing the film, it's got this like Lord of the Rings meets Star Wars vibe.
yes,
And everything you just said is so valid.
it is.
And that's what makes it great.
It is. I mean, and you had Willow, and you had Conan. You had a lot of those kind of B movie like Conan and stuff. Then you had the Dark
You
Crystal.
calling Conan B?
D. I'm sorry.
Was that
D
before
with
Conan
dog.
became a late night comedian?
Yes.
Oh.
No, Conan the Librarian in UHF by Weird Al. That's one of my favorite scenes. Don't you know that dude decimal system?
I think this is going to have to go on my list of don't tell my brothers. When we go on family vacation, I'm going to be like, hey guys, we got to watch Kroll. It's great. It just came out last year. We're going to do it.
Moto's dropping information on you right here. This happens in Kroll.
Oh, that's all I need to know. Well, that sounds like something that's like right up my alley. Like, you know.
Labyrinth, that came out back in those days too. Yeah. David Bowie, right? Was that David Bowie?
Yeah, don't diss the Bowie. Don't diss
No,
the Bowie.
I won't.
Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be one of those great family memories too. Where remember when Maddie suggested that crazy movie and we watched it and there was flying horses and a dude with one eye and long hair and a dude that was really hot but was like, what? He has a 5-star ninja sword? Like, what's happening?
Wait, which movie was this?
Kroll.
So Doc, Clash of the Titans, it's way up there on the list of yeses all day long.
Yeah, well, the original because
the original.
Because you got to see some girl stuff at the very beginning of that movie, and that's
What do you mean, girl
when
stuff?
I'm 10.
Nobody cares about that.
What do you mean? Like
When I was 10, you did.
We just wanted to see the bare-chested warriors.
I was 10. I saw.
Matthew, do you like gladiator movies?
Jimmy.
Especially when they oil up before the matches.
I don't think I've ever thought that I would ever get to say that to you, and it just made my day.
Let me just go ahead and give it a little.
Wait, I am so confused. So, wait, I'm still flabbergasted by what Chris just said, but then I just heard stuff down there and over here. My mind is just going all over the place.
Can I ask a semi-serious question about Tanya Roberts? I know that she was supposed to have died and then didn't die. Did she she actually finally die? I mean, did that happen? Do y'all even know? Because they reported her dead, and then she was not quite dead, and then I didn't hear anything else. So
It's Tanya Roberts.
She was in a video or two in the 80s.
she was in A View to a Kill, James Bond movie.
Oh,
Okay.
she's dead. She's dead. I just looked it up.
Oh, okay.
She did.
Okay, I saw that movie, but I didn't really care who the Bond girl was.
Thank you.
Okay, View to a Kill was
Your view doesn't count on this.
I appreciate the moral support.
View to a Kill was only awesome because of the Duran Duran song, and that's it.
Why did I just get moved?
You're causing too much.
You classic blunder.
Yeah, well, my dog decided to play with her squeaky toy a minute ago, so I had to mute it. I put the two hats.
That's why I got moved.
No, you didn't get moved. Matthew got moved.
Oh, Matthew got moved.
That he and Rich can sit in the corner of, who's Tanya Roberts.
Oh, Tanya Roberts' death was kind of tragic, though. I just read a little bit about it.
I bought the Flash Gordon movie for $2 at Walmart as a DVD.
As far as soundtracks go, it's Queen, baby. It's Queen.
Yeah.
That's right. Hey, check this out. I printed this on the internet. This is by Alex Ross.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, yeah, the poster. Matthew, it's pronounced dooved.
Oh, he's gone. He just pieced out.
And you know what? Since we're doing this 6 degrees of separation train of thought, if we're going Queen for soundtracks, we got to talk Highlander.
Highlander. Absolutely. It's a kind
The
of
first
mess.
movie, the only movie that you need to talk about.
There he is. There
Is
he
that
is.
still sealed? And it's even got yellow cross
I
cover.
just got it.
And
I
it's,
just
that cover was painted by Alex Ross as well.
I was gonna say it's got the Alex Ross cover.
That's awesome.
Matthew, that is a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
It's probably got DVD mastering though. Come on, let's not kid ourselves.
I
It's-
actually need to pull my glasses down
It's
and do that again.
pronounced, it's pronounced dooved.
I don't know what you're talking
I don't know what that is either.
We had the whole thing talking about Lego and everything, and Matthew was talking about
Oh.
buying a DVD, and I'm like, you know, until it's pronounced dooved.
Dude. Now I'm with you. Dude.
There, it's been
Say
freed
dude.
from its plastic
We say
wrapper.
dude.
Dude. Is that the Arnold Schwarzenegger pronunciation? Dude.
Yeah.
Boob.
Dude.
I like that.
Oh, but all right, let's just be honest. Every time I see when I watch Flash Gordon, I still get nervous. Like I was like, well, that came out 82. Is that right? Somewhere around there. I was about 10.
I think he's
When they're
80.
sticking their hand into the stump to see,
yeah,
I
yeah.
still get nervous. I'm like,
Baron putting his hand in. Oh yeah, it's going.
I don't like this at all. You know.
Well, I
can't
got
stand
bad
it.
news when you watch Dune. There's the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the box doesn't have anything in it. That's just like
It's Schrodinger's cat. You know.
You're spoiling it.
that's like a mental thing. The thing in Flash Gordon was this icky alien bug thing that would sting your arm and
It's like the ear things in Star Trek 2.
yeah,
I couldn't eat rigatoni noodles for like a decade.
Really?
But actually, no. The thing that bothers me the most is that some guy on his list of accomplishments in his life, he built a huge checkoff ear to drag. I built that big old ear in Star Trek 2. Thank you very much.
somewhere in one of the featurette things, somebody's talking about how they did a lot of jokes with the ear behind the scenes. Like they'd come in the morning, and one of the other crew guys would have made a giant Q-tip and put with it, and stuff like that.
That's awesome. Although that thing did look a little bit like that little, made on TV toy that was just a little worm, and you had like fishing line on it, and you could make it squirt through your fingers and all that kind of stuff. It kind of reminded me of that until they close up and they went, and they're like, oh, that's gross.
So, I mean, talking about bad movies that I like, we were talking about this in our private text message thing about, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I liked the first Star Wars movie, and we watched it the night, and it really is not very good. Like,
So it's Star Trek or Star Wars? Come on.
the acting is bad. Like, not only is the plot not good, but the acting is bad.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Trek. But I loved it as a kid. I was
You're
like,
taking a page out of Maddie's book there.
Yeah, I just shot my head up from this thing that I'm working on, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think you guys are gonna forget about the mistake that I made, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
Maddie, have you seen the
We never
Rover?
forget.
Have you seen the Rover?
Which one?
There is no forgetting.
the Rover. The
There's
Rover.
never, ever
No.
forgetting.
Dead
long as
Rover,
it's in-
dead
as long
Rover,
as it's-
send Maddie right over.
Oh,
I keep all these pictures to make sure that I can get to them whenever I need to. So.
Because Chris is a youth pastor, and he is a blessed man who spreads joy amongst the little children of his congregation. But to the rest of us, he's the devil.
God bless you, Chris Giddens. God bless
Oh
you.
my god.
I'm just mean to the parents.
He has to be so good during his day job
The
hours.
children are our future.
The force must be kept in balance.
Oh, now I need to find the lady on The Simpsons who goes, "Oh, somebody think of the children."
Okay, so I remember what Brickham's Den's talking about. Those things were kind of gross.
They were, and it was just like all of a sudden, and then
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Can you do that sound effect again, Dana?
No, it's the one I perform, and that is why I don't do 2 shows a night.
All
if you quote Beetlejuice, you quote Beetlejuice.
Hey, only one of us here is in community theater. Come on.
I don't know.
Cool,
I
man.
think Maddie's in community theater.
Is that a bunch of aliens?
Yeah, I don't know. I was working. These pieces are going to be great because I'm going to recreate pieces of art that I like at the art museum. And, you know, a lot of fancy art has gold frames, and this is going to be perfect.
And it's true.
Those gold pieces are awesome, by the way.
I like the gold pieces are awesome. Like the possibilities are endless there.
We added that was a part on Peach Lug's lug bulk order this year. So
I think it comes from the Disney Bippity Boppity Boo carriage thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Actually, the first place it came in was the Santa's one of the Santa shops or one of the Christmas sets, and it really didn't come in a lot of sets. And then they started using them in a couple of Disney sets, but they're not real prevalent across a lot of sets. And I think Moto got a whole cup of them when he was at a Lego stores somewhere recently.
Right.
So I think they're on the pick a brick wall, depending on which store you're at.
And I think these yeah, right.
Maybe he got them on his 5-week business trip.
Wink, wink.
Right.
Yeah, but I would know that. Never mind.
But these pieces, like they showed up in my architecture book. Like this woman is using them out the wazoo, and you can't, like what you just said, you can't find them anywhere.
What kind of book is that?
It's the wazoo book.
One wazoo, two wazoo, three
What's it out
wazoo.
of
Wazoo.
If I was a wazoo, what would I wazoo?
How many wazoos could the zoo was?
If
How
a wazoo,
fuzzy,
wazoo,
how-
what would a wazoo?
Oh, I was supposed to do the fuzzy wazoo, but I didn't come to me fast enough, so you win.
But at least you were on the right track.
Yeah.
You got to be quick with this group, Manny.
I'm trying. I'm not that
You're not
fast.
even on sugar.
Hey, I had 3 Mountain Dews before today's show, people. I just want you to
Okay,
know.
so Matthew's on sugar.
I'm loaded.
Whoa. Give me the fun dip. Hurry.
You don't even want to know what my blood sugar number is right now.
And I know this because I've had to make sure I've had to give Matthew my bag of M&Ms at Brick Fair because he was going to go into a diabetic shock if I didn't. So.
Hey, that ain't
100%
gonna lie. I mean,
true.
I have blood sugar fluctuations, and brother, I have dough for those. Because after you've loaded in and you got that bag sitting there, and you sit down and you kind of drink them, where you're like, man, I'm feeling lightheaded.
So you got the bag and you're just like, give me this.
Of course, this is also the same experience. Matthew has to remind me at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Did you eat lunch? No, I guess I should probably go eat lunch. So it's a symbiotic relationship.
This was the convention where I had to go down and find the snack machine at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I wasn't sure I was going to get sugar into my body fast enough to keep from passing out. It was an adventure.
Because he came back to the hotel room like 20 minutes later. I'm like, I thought I was going to have to go find you. I mean, we're in Birmingham.
Really exciting. Like, it sounds like I really need to go to a convention just so I can sit out in the hallway and see some guy just be like, oh, snack machine.
You don't have to go that far.
So I went to the hotel lobby desk and I said, "Where's your snack machine?" And they go, "Oh, it's down to, go around the corner and then it's on the left." And I go and look and I can't find the thing. So then I come back and I'm like, okay, like I really need some sugar now. Where is this? And they're like, "Oh, you have to go into where the laundromat is." And I'm like, well, that would have been useful to tell me the
And
first
if you've seen Men in Black, this is where Edgar Sue's like, sugar, I need sugar now. Sugar and water. I need sugar and water.
Edgar, you're all skinny
no.
bones.
I mean, I
love
know
the
that people get
trail of movies we have been through this season.
Moto's right. I need an emergency bag of nerds and pixie sticks.
I will add that to my con stash just in case.
and fun dip.
We are changing the name of this show to Emergency Bag of Nerds.
And pixie sticks.
Well, because we had to include Matthew.
Matthew,
No. And yeah, I was gonna say for the girls it's the pixie, right? So emergency bag of nerds and pixie stick.
If you want to call it that.
Yeah, I changed my name already.
perfect.
Moto is correct. You will have no enamel after Did I ever tell you guys about the time that I had 13 cavities and had to get 4 teeth removed, and the dentist told the story to someone at the dentist's office, and it turned out it was my mom's friend, and my mom's friend was telling my mom about how she went to the dentist, and she was like, yeah, I went to the dentist, and the dentist was like, there was a girl who came in with all these cavities, and it was because she was studying abroad in Austria and ate all these gummies and drank beer. Gummies and beer combination, not good for your teeth. And
Which, by the way, is actually a great combination. Just
it is a great combination, but it's not good for your teeth. And my mom was like, that was my daughter.
Gummies and beer would be a good, podcast.
80s rock band, actually.
I was thinking a great album.
Gummies and beer.
The album name, Gummies and
Well, in
Beer.
Madison Square Garden in '83.
It's what happens when you got English blood in you. You always have bad teeth.
Old Greg Rex Season 2, Gummies and Beer.
Gummies and beer coming right at you.
I need a shirt that says that. I gummies and beer, and I like it.
But they also call people without any teeth, like with no teeth, gummies.
Do you think that's a coincidence?
So when I was like 2 or 3 years old, my grandpa on my dad's side had, dentures. So he'd pop them out and show them to me. And I kept trying to pull my teeth out. Couldn't.
Oh, dude, there was a guy at my dad's.
I got your nose. I got your nose, Matthew. I got your nose.
Yeah, there was a guy that worked with my dad, and he had a top plate. And every time I'd see him, it was like you could hear the cha-ching because he popped it out like a cash register at me every time. Freaked me out. Mr. Robbie, he drove a Subaru back in 1982, and he would just every time you'd see him, he'd smell like this, and I'm like, that is not funny.
No, for me, it was the guy that had the tracheotomy and had that voice box thing where it's like,
Hey, man, how are you doing?
freaked me. Like
So
I
what-
was probably gonna have nightmares after.
What was
I
the first movie you ever saw that in? Andy Garcia with a voice box? Can I have a cigarette, please? Please, just one cigarette. That's all I need. I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
We've gone from funny to insensitive. That is great. Thank you, everybody.
I'm just telling you what I was afraid of.
I understand.
Still a great movie, though.
Oh gosh. We have been on the show for an hour and 30 minutes. 30 minutes of it had anything to do with Lego, and now everything else is.
That was the 30 minutes before I joined on.
I do think our laughs per minute was very good.
This may be one of our top 10 episodes. We had everything in this episode.
I'll tell you tomorrow when the viewership comes out. I don't think so.
You might get a Razzie for this.
We got to talk about Flash Gordon. I mean, come on. Flash Gordon.
Okay, if we're going to talk about Flash Gordon, then we have to talk about the other side of that coin. Let's talk about the other side of Gil Gerard as Buck Rogers. And let's just have a moment to pause for the awesomeness that was for a 12-year-old boy, Aaron Gray. All right, let's just.
So much so that he got a cameo in Ted.
Did he?
Have you not seen Ted?
No, I haven't seen Ted.
Thunderbirds Forever.
So as a Star Wars boy, Battlestar Galactica 80s was like methadone to the crack addict. So like it was at least science fiction spacey until I was waiting for like Return of the Jedi, right? Well,
it's better than 2001.
My entire week was built around waiting for Battlestar Galactica, and then I think that was like Wednesdays, and Incredible Hulk was on Fridays.
Yep.
So those were like the highlights of my TV viewing week. And Maddie, this is before you could watch things on demand. I'm just saying. So you had to plan your life.
You could use a remote control.
Right. You had to get up.
No, but I didn't have demand growing up. It was too expensive. We never had cable.
I had 4 channels. One of them was PBS.
PBS, Channel 3, and Fox.
You didn't get Fox?
No, I grew up ABC, CBS, NBC, and PBS. That's all we had when I grew up.
Fox didn't come out.
Fox. Yeah.
Fox didn't come out till '98. The Fox network did not exist until '98.
I'm sorry. What was in Chicago that became Fox, which Spawn, Son of Svengoolie,
Well, that's like
and
TBS.
Saturday morning Hong Kong
WGN.
action movies.
That would have been a UHF channel.
It
Yeah.
was a UHF channel, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, in Nashville, that was channel 17, Z17.
For me, it was channel 32.
Yeah.
So I'm getting to my nightmare scenario. So, my life is built, my TV viewing life is built around Wednesdays and Fridays because Battlestar Galactica. So it's Wednesday. And so I probably had action figures and I'm like in front of the TV and I had to get up and walk across the room and turn the channel.
Can I spoil this?
No,
Is the president going to preempt this?
Almost. Yes. Yes. And Jimmy Carter was in Arkansas visiting the governor, and they weren't showing Jimmy Carter. They were showing the exterior of the governor's mansion in case President Carter came out, and they preempted Battlestar Galactica the entire episode. I was livid. I was a livid 9-year-old.
And it's ironic that you do what?
I'm a political scientist, yeah. But don't get in the way of my sci-fi. Do not do that. Don't cross me.
Oh yeah. Now, when the State of the Union address was on, man, it was like watch that or go sit in your room and click the UHF all the way to 20 to see if anything palatable was on PBS, and the answer was there was not. And so
I was going to say you had TBS, didn't you?
no, not where I grew up. PBS was Atlanta. We were way far out. Augusta didn't have an extra station, so
That's right. You are the Boondocks to the Boondocks.
well, and all my friends were always talking about seeing Shogun Warriors, the cartoon on TV and stuff, because there was an Augusta station. We just couldn't pick it up on the 40-foot antenna we had out in the outskirts of the CSRA, the Central Savannah River area.
Yeah, Shogun Warriors and Transor Z.
Your dad didn't go out and buy you a satellite dish that was the size of a Volkswagen?
No.
I take that back. You know what? Transor Z was on UHF 20, which was a predominantly Hispanic type viewing.
Oh, Moto, you're not that old.
So that's actually like 5. So I actually had 5 channels at one point in time before cable.
Yeah, Moto's our age.
Is he really?
Oh, totally. I don't want to call Moto out, but yeah, he's totally rocking.
Well, we always had color TV. So my parents grew up with black and white. That's why I was skeptical.
Well, I think it should, maybe since you guys are all talking about old school stuff, my parents recently shared with me a story about getting their first VCR and how it cost them $1,200, and they were in college at the time, and so they got their first credit card to buy the VCR. And it took them until 1995 to pay it off or something like that.
Wow.
And
you were born by then,
we
weren't
still
you?
have the VCR. It's sitting
The format was dead.
And VCR is your heritage. It's your birthright.
Well, yeah, I guess in a way, because that was also the time that I was.
They spent your college fund off the VCR is what they did.
You do what?
Moto, you're old enough to come on the show.
Yeah, Moto's one of us.
I think Moto colors his hair. That's the only reason he doesn't come on the show. Is
No.
Who would do that?
I think it's because he's Asian. I have no gray hairs yet, and all my friends are gray.
Because you're part Asian?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's because you hang around old people.
That's because
the funny thing is that when I was in high school, one of our Asian students, which was probably like the 0.02% of Asians in the town I grew up in, he had gray hair in high school. So no, it has nothing to do with your ethnicity.
I don't know.
Or your authenticity.
Okay, maybe not.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was always told.
Some people can go gray in their 30s.
Remember the dude? What was his name on? He was on Nickelodeon. They did the afternoon show with like the teen talk kind of thing, and Fred something or other. But he had the white hair. Do you remember back in the 80s? Gosh, what was his name?
Teen Talk? No.
It was like it was on Nickelodeon.
All I can remember is you can't do that on television.
Oh, Christine McGlade. I had a big crush on her.
This does not surprise me at all.
He was amazing.
Well, I just remember when I was 9 and our neighbors got cable television, and HBO would show movies on TV, and it was so mind-blowing. I mean, it was...
Well, I think someone brought up the slider it was regular TV, home box office, regular TV, home box office. That was it.
What's the home box office? Like you set it up for, like you're in a movie theater?
HBO.
Oh.
The home box office. Movies.
Stop! I should just
and you have it at home.
Chris, I don't think we can go. I don't think we can go any further than Maddie not knowing home box office. So I think you should land this plane now.
So, Maddie, I just want you to know that I have tossed out as a Messy Monday theme the us doing a remedial 80s education feature.
I would
each one of us presents something that you probably did not have the joy of experiencing.
Well, that's what I think would be really funny is if you guys each made like a 5-6 slide PowerPoint and presented it to me, and like I'm on the big screen, and you're just like watching my reaction, where I'm just like, what?
I almost feel hurt because I do a 5-page PowerPoint presentation every Thursday.
You have double homework, young man.
Extra homework.
Oh, but seriously though, I finished my mosaic. I got to drop.
Yeah, we are about to land it. So it's been fun and engaging and helping Maddie understand the awesomeness of the 80s today. But if you are joining us, one of the best things or the worst things at the same time to come out of the 80s was the movie MEGAFORCE. And so the build challenge for Old Gray Bricks viewers is our MEGAFORCE be with you. Boom, boom, boom. There it is, right there. So build something that MEGAFORCE had or MEGAFORCE needed to make sure that the good guys would win. So something MEGAFORCE, and if you've never seen the movie, you need to see it.
I just want to say that we all have to give Meredith a hard time because in the Discord today, she was asking, does it have to be a vehicle? And I was like, you're just trying to avoid building a vehicle, aren't you?
No. Actually, and I will stand up for Meredith here. And I'm not going to pull a Brett on her and say what I shouldn't say. But I will say that she had a valid question, and it actually brought up something that Chris brought up. So I think you will be pleased with what she wants to do. So don't give her too much crap.
Now, if you want to build their headquarters, you want to build something they need, even future tech. There was even a line of toys later by Kenner called MEGAFORCE, and there may be some design ideas in there. I don't know if they were ever connected, but the name. Please don't go to Power Rangers MEGAFORCE because we will laugh at you unmercifully. So don't go there. Oh no! Speaking of unmerciful,
you summoned him with the magic words.
I said MEGAFORCE.
What time is it in Canada? I mean, come on. We've been.
He's late.
Gil,
I know.
Come on.
Gil, if you haven't been watching, you need to go back and watch this episode just for notes for next time.
A lot of important ground was covered.
Sort of like a cautionary tale, or what?
Yeah.
Oh no! This we the wheels on this cart were tipping.
Well, I was thinking of all you guys when I was doing my taxes. Yeah, my taxes.
Your taxes.
Oh, the famous Bonktron
Oh, geez, don't do that.
element. Yeah.
Don't do that.
I think that's called a flower stem. That's a flower stem.
Well,
please don't.
We already had to talk about
this theme. Gil, let's just put it this way. This is probably the closest episode we've ever had to being labeled OGB After Dark.
Oh, well. Then that is inspiration.
Yeah.
It was a warm up. It's a warm up for our old GB OnlyFans page.
Oh man.
No. Please no. Because
it's just Gil, don't worry about it. It's just a lot of yellow colored Lego. That's all.
Right.
I don't know what that means. Gil, I'm glad you joined us. We were actually about to sign out, but we are glad you're here. Anything you want to update us on that you've got going on in your world, please?
You know what? Please. No, because I'm tired. Everyone else is tired, so I'll save it for Thursday. So
all right. Save it for Thursday. That sounds good. Thursday is all about Gil. That is our subject on Great Bricks Thursday Night Live.
Viewership
No,
of
you need
2.
to go. You need to go watch Megaforce. And find out. Just do a search for Megaforce 1982, and you'll find out. And if you can make a minifig in gold lame that can pick up a buttered grape, then you will win the contest outright. In fact, we will ship buttered grapes as the prize for everybody who wins the contest.
And don't forget, when you go looking for MEGAFORCE, unfurl the coat hanger first.
What?
I don't know what that means, and I don't care. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Watching. Tune in on Thursday. Go get your shot, which I'm getting my shot next Thursday. So if I'm all of a sudden start passing out, you'll know why. But be nice to your neighbors. Wear a mask. Get your shot, and just be an awesome human. Y'all have a great night. See y'all later. Bye.